Okay, sure.
Yeah, can you please start the recording activity also? Yeah, I can hear you now. Please
Okay.
carry on.
Yeah, it's recording.
Hello.
Yes, it's recording, Anish.
Hello. Yeah, please
Yes.
continue.
Okay. So I'm going to tell you about the start process. It is going to open each of the PDF in background. Okay. So now let us run
Okay.
this. Let us run this and see how it is working. Okay. I'm giving a breakpoint here and run this.
Mm-hmm.
See, it is opening. So this is the first PDF that it has opened.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let us press continue.
Mm-hmm.
It is opening with the second one,
Mm-hmm.
invoice 2.
Mm-hmm.
So now press with continue. It is opening with the third one. Again, if I press continue, it is opening with the fourth one, right? So now,
Mm-hmm.
again, continue. That's it. As because we are only reading with the PDF files, not with the subfolders now. So
Mm-hmm.
it is opening with the 4 files. And you can see in the output whichever files it has opened, correct? Because I have used that log message here, item.toString.
Mm-hmm.
So now my
Mm-hmm.
task is, suppose whenever we try to automate a niche, make it very clear. It is a task of senior developers also, but you also keep in that mind. Always try to change the settings. Okay, if you go this edit option, go to this preferences, you should check your reading. Okay, there is a reading
Mm-hmm.
property. It should be enabled with this inferred reading order from document. It is recommended. And
Mm-hmm.
the pages versus document, it should read with the entire document. Actually, by default,
Mm-hmm.
it becomes like only the read currently visible pages. Rather than that, just give that read the entire document. So that if it is having multiple pages inside this PDF, sometimes we don't have only one page. We can have more
Mm-hmm.
than one page. So if you keep on this read the entire document in this settings, then it is good for you.
So what about if the file is too long? I mean that how fast the it can read?
Yes, for that you should use uh, if you're using a for each activity, okay, that might be
Mm-hmm.
taking very less time. Okay, but sometimes we just want to open those file in background. It will also take very
Mm-hmm.
less time. But for in that
Okay.
case, you have to keep these settings in your eyes. Okay. In this reading
Mm-hmm.
option, just go to that. If you have seen, again, I'm trying to show you edit,
Mm-hmm.
preferences, reading options. So just enable this thing and overwrite it should be unchecked. Okay. And you should uncheck this confirm before tagging documents. So this has to be unchecked. Okay. And I
Mm-hmm.
don't want all these things. So you can do in that way. And another
Mm-hmm.
settings that you have to keep in mind is your accessibility. So there should be a just a minute. Accessibility, yes. So accessibility, you should have enable this thing like use document structure for tab order when no explicit tab order is specified. Enable assistive technology support. So these two must
Mm-hmm.
be is already by default they used to check this. You also just keep your eye that these two buttons are already checked. You can
Mm-hmm.
also try with like always display the keyboard. You shouldn't click on all this thing. So whatever
Mm-hmm.
software you are using, we are using Adobe. Most of the people use Adobe Reader of reading the PDF.
Mm-hmm.
Suppose you are using some
Mm-hmm.
other softwares. So these settings, if you keep on changing and doing those homework, then you can understand in which software your PDFs are opening properly and it is opening in a proper visual way. So before
Mm-hmm.
going to view option, so this edit option, we will recommend go to preferences, just check with this reading option. Always try to make it as
Mm-hmm.
infrared reading because it will help you in extracting the PDFs.
Mm-hmm.
Now let us go to view. So view, you are having a zoom option. Okay. So inside this zoom option, it should be always actual size. So when you click
Mm-hmm.
on this actual size, it is always means it is always recommend for you to go to actual size. Okay. So what is the shortcut of this is control number one. Okay. When you click on this zoom option in this actual size, the shortcut here is control plus one, means number one. In UiPath,
Mm-hmm.
you are having an activity called as send hotkey. So if you have installed the latest version, you might not get that. If you can check in background also, you can check once. Just minimize the screen. Just go to your
Mm-hmm.
UiPath, go to activities pane, just check send
Mm-hmm.
hotkey. Are you getting that or not? I just want a confirmation from you.
Yeah, yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
It's okay, means?
Yeah, it's okay. I mean that if I miss anything, I will just repeat it. Don't worry about that.
Okay.
So
If
in the
you
next class, if anything I miss, I will just repeat the recording, and still if I don't understand anything, I will ask you in
okay.
the next class.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
sometimes I mean that you don't grasp all the things,
Hmm.
but my strategy would be, I mean, that to repeat the
Okay,
class
fine, fine.
and see I could
See,
get each of the things.
I just want to tell you if sometimes what happens, this so classic is not enabled in your system. So what happens, you
Mhm.
might not get most of the activities like message box.
Yeah, that's what I experienced. I told you, no.
You have to
So I
enable
always
this.
I have to enable it all the time. So you can permanently enable it, or you have to enable it each time. I mean,
No, no,
each time.
permanently. Permanently. Once you click on that send classic option, all of the
Mhm.
thing will come naturally. You don't have to enable it again and again.
No, I
But
mean, if you start any other process, I mean, any other program, then will it work, or you have to do it again?
other program in the sense, if you're opening with,
In the sense, for example, right now you are making a process, no? So
okay.
if you close it and open a new file, and if you make a new process,
Hmm.
then you have to do it. I think probably.
Yes, if it is not enabled, then you have to probably you have to go there inside this and click on this So Classic. Sometimes it is
Yeah. Okay.
enabled, sometimes it might be missed. So it is
Okay.
better practice if your code is
To
not
check it
running.
each time.
It's not check it each time. If you're running and if you're seeing that this activity is not there or something, the error comes like the package it's not installed. Some error, that exact error we can Google it. But sometimes if it says that this activity or this package is not present in the current version, then you have to go there and first recommendation will be so classic option has to
Hmm.
be enabled. Okay.
Okay.
And then you have
Okay.
to
Got it.
check with these packages if the versions are already updated or not. So sometimes what
Hmm.
happened
Okay.
when we work for big projects, these activities were not enabled and it throws in production. The production issues happens.
Hmm.
So it is always better practice
Hmm.
for you to just enable this, just come here and just try to update the latest version.
Okay.
So send hotkey I normally don't prefer to use, but if in case
Hmm.
we were working for PDF and we want to increase the size, means actual size, not the size, actual size, then you have to use send hotkey in the background. Okay. So
Hmm.
but
Hmm.
as because you have seen in the view in one of the again PDF I'm going and showing you, in Zoom it is giving us the shortcut key as for actual sizes control plus one. Okay. Why I'm
Hmm.
focusing on this actual size, I will let you know. For extraction, it is very, very important for you. What if all the PDFs are in different sizes? It is always best
Hmm.
practice for you to enable, means make all the PDF in the same size. So how we
Hmm.
can do it? Just making a chained hotkey we can use just to make it as an
Hmm.
actual size. So we all will be in the
Hmm.
same page only. So what is the
Hmm. Hmm.
shortcut that I saw is control plus num1. So here we are having different options. You can do some homework in send hotkey, but for now I will recommend just take one PDF, just try to use control plus num1. Just see how it is working. Sometimes what happened, even if I have used this start process and send hotkey, it won't work. Why? I'm showing you. Just closing all these PDFs. I'm just showing you a demo. Debugging it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You will see some of the PDFs will be in actual size and some of the PDFs will not get into actual size. Why it happens?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. See, the first PDF is open, but this is not the actual size. If you have seen 114%. When I press on
Mm-hmm.
Control 1, it goes to 100 percentile. That means it didn't open in
Mm-hmm.
actual size. So let us try with the
Mm-hmm.
second one. Let's see if it is opening or not. No, this is also not opening. It has came with 139%. The previous one was 140%. So that means it is also
Mm-hmm.
not coming in actual size. Let us click on the third
Mm-hmm.
one. It is also 139%. So it is also not coming in actual size. The next one, 139 as well. So it is also not. So none of them did came in the actual size as
Actual
100%.
size.
So what I'm going to do
Mm.
is, because it is so fast, the start process, that is opening and close, that is just opening the file only. And send hotkey is
Mm-hmm.
not getting that much of time to work on background. So for in that
Mm-hmm.
case, what we need to do is we need to use a delay activity.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
already in send hotkey, if you see in the property pane, we are having delay after and delay before. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so you can, however, you can use these also, but let us now, for now, as because we are beginner level, so let us try to understand what delay activity is all about.
Mm-hmm.
So we can use a delay activity here. So always in this delay activity, the property pane, the time is already taken in HHMMSS format. Okay, so if I
Mm-hmm.
would give like 5 seconds or 2 seconds, let it be. So the format has to be in this way: HHMMHH colon MM
Okay.
colon SS. So
Okay.
this is gone. So now let us see if it is coming as 100 percentile or not.
So how did you assume that I should be 2 seconds saying
You
it
can,
could be more?
it can be more than 5 seconds also. You can give 5 seconds.
So, but sometimes if you give less than 5 seconds, it might not work. Then you have to increase the timings, right?
Yes, you have to increase the timing. So it has come up with 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Third one, 100%. Fourth one, 100%.
So it's working now.
So it's working now. So your question is a valid question. So sometimes we have to assume it. Like sometimes every activity, if you observe, Anish, we are having delay after and
Mm-hmm.
delay before. We don't have want to use this, but as because we want to try this activity also. So I have used this.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the
Okay.
click activities and like keyboard activities, mouse clicks and element
Mm-hmm.
exist, we always, it's a best practice to use some delays before and after, so that those selector issues
Mm-hmm.
won't come. Okay, so here
Mm-hmm.
also in the target pane, if you maximize this, so you are having this clipping region, elements, selectors, and all this, all everything is empty because I haven't clicked anything on this indicate on screen. Okay, it is not also
Mm-hmm.
required. Okay, we will
Mm-hmm.
understand this activities in a detailed way, means how the selectors are working, what is send Windows messages, what is simulate click. When we will discuss
Mm-hmm.
about all the keyboard UI elements, that day we will discuss everything. I think it sooner in the day after tomorrow, in the next class we'll discuss about this. So,
Okay.
but for now, did you get any doubt understanding what these activities all about?
No, it's
How?
all clear. It's all
Okay,
clear.
fine, fine then. So, we are doing what we have to do. Okay, what should we do next? Okay, we are having we just a small project. Okay,
Mm.
that I want you to do an assignment. I will give you 3 to 4 projects today's class, but first
Okay.
project I want to show you something so that
Mm-hmm.
you can add some of your common sense and give me some good output. Okay, just
Okay.
show me something unique. Just I
Mm-hmm.
will just create another sequence. Just I will just try to use a project for you,
Mm-hmm.
which is very, very important for me now. So let us create a project. So what is my requirement is I want you to create a project where it is going to read all the PDFs. Okay, it is going to
Mm-hmm.
extract those PDFs. Mhm. And
Mm-hmm.
those PDFs have to be saved in a text file. Okay, from the
Mm-hmm.
text file, then we will do the next processing in the next class. But today's task, I just want you
Mm-hmm.
to focus on that. Okay, then we'll extend that task. Okay, I just
You
what
mean
I
that read all the PDF files and
yes,
the content of all these PDF
the
files to
file
be
has to
saved
be
in a
extracted.
text file,
Yes, has to be
extracted and
extracted.
save in a text file.
Save in my text file. Just a simple thing that I'm asking you. But there are also some complexity we'll face that I will explain you.
Mm-hmm.
But for now, let us do that. How we are going to do that?
Okay.
Which just tell me two to three steps. First step.
I mean, that just with the directory, no, with the same way as
Okay.
you did last time. File
Yes.
path,
File path. Fine. This will be taken
and
from here.
then
Okay. Then.
yeah, again with directory with the wildcard we will use to read all
Okay.
the files.
Okay. Instead of wildcard, can we use this for each, or else we can use this,
Yeah, once we get this directory, and then we will use the for each loop,
or else
and we will open all the
use
files.
current file for each file in folder also.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah, we can use that also.
correct. Okay, then what?
Then once all the files are open, then we have to read it, no?
Yes, how we're gonna read it? So
There's an activity, I think.
yes, there is an activity, but for now,
Yeah.
each of the file has been opened and all. Each of the file is there in the background. I just want to read it. I don't want to open them. So I am not using start process activity there.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, there is an activity. What are the activities now? We'll just understand all the PDF activity now. So the
Mm-hmm.
first activity that I am going is the simple one is read PDF text. Okay. So what does this read PDF text all does is it will just read the normal PDF. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It cannot read the image wala PDF. Image scanned, image signatures. It cannot read. I'll show you.
Okay.
I'll show you. So this PDF, we are having these many thing in our properties pane. So what are the thing it is demanding? It is asking you to give a file name. It is asking you
Mm-hmm.
in input. So what is the file name, Anish? Can you just tell me what is the file name for the first one? Inside, I am inside the for each file in folder. So what should be my file name for the first one? What is the object?
I mean that we don't know right now. I mean that what is the file name,
Now
and
we
we have
know.
to extract the
We
first
know.
file.
We know. How?
So we,
How? See, just common sense. File path. We are inside this folder. We are using for
yeah.
each file in folder. So for each file,
Mm-hmm.
for each current file in the folder. So what is my first file name? And I am inside this
It,
for each loop. How this for each loop
I
is
think
working? Yes.
I think it should be in the ascending order,
Okay,
whichever
so
the file comes first in the
for,
directory.
yes, forget this ascending and descending. Anyway, it is going to read all the file. So
So how should we come to know that what is the name of the file?
as because it is a for each loop. So that means each of the
So this
file
will the
will,
first file.
yes, whatever be the file, maybe first file or second file,
Yeah,
but each
whatever
file.
the file. Yeah,
What is
yeah,
each
that's
file?
right.
What is the variable in each file here? What is the variable that we have given here for each file?
I mean, usually I've not gone through that, but in I mean that data file is usually uh, uh, dot row dot something like that. But I have
Okay,
not used it for no
999. Row dot is something like Excel if you are reading Excel.
for data table. Yeah,
Yes,
that's
for
for a
data
data
table.
table Excel.
See, don't get confused. Here I have already shown you when I ran this when I ran this project. Okay,
Hmm.
what it did happen when I went inside here when I
For each
given
current file, no.
Yes, when I have given current file, what had happened? It has given one by one file. When I have given current
Yeah.
index, it has given you the index. So here, what is my requirement? Here it is not asking you index. Here is it is asking you
Mm.
file. So instead of
Mm-hmm.
file path, just give current file because current file is picking the address of the location where the
Mm.
file name is there.
Mm-hmm.
So current
Yeah, that's
file
right.
dot toString.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. So another
Okay.
thing, we don't require all this thing, all range. So another thing that you need to understand, each of the PDF is having a range. So here, as because it
Mm-hmm.
is a one pager wala PDF, so we can give one page. What about if it is
Mm-hmm.
coming like 3, 4 pages in a PDF? So it's better to use this range as all. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And this output pane, everything I have said you last time, every
Mm-hmm.
activity is having an input and output and processing. So this input
Mm-hmm.
we have already given. What is the input for this read PDF text? It is a file. And what is the
Mm-hmm.
output? It is also a file, but it has to be a text type. So we need to give another variable for this, different variable. So can you just tell
Mm-hmm.
me, when I started the class, I said you the shortcut of creating a variable. What is the shortcut?
Control K.
Very good. So control K, I want to give the first file name. So what should be
Mm.
my file name? Suppose anything that coming into your brain, you can tell me.
Yeah, process file. You can write process file.
Yes, process file. Okay. So processed file is a string type. So whatever
Mm.
the processed file that we have read from the PDF, I want to save inside a text file. So what should be my activity here is it should be a write text activity. So we have already used write line. Write line means something we are writing in our output. Write says we write cell, everything we'll discuss later. But for text file, we used to use write text file. So it is normally it comes under system file. So directly you can click on file and take it from here, or else you can write here as write text file. So you have to understand this activity also. So what this activity does, whatever may be the file format, it writes in a text file. Okay. So
Mm.
here in the write text file is also having an input and output. So here, what is the input? Whatever it is coming as an output for read PDF text, that is supposed to be the input for write text file. So here the file that has come from read PDF text process file. So this has to be the input for here. Okay. So there are two things I just wanted to tell you. One is file, another is file name. So try to give the input in file name, not in file. So file name
Mm.
means whatever the file name that you have given for each of the file that has been coming from read PDF text, it will be taking as an input here. So here also we have to create an output. Sorry, input here in the text. Okay. So this has to be processed file, and this is the output.
Mm.
Got it. So when you give a file name, it should be within double quotation. We can take it as current index plus dot txt. Current index dot toString, as because it is an integer type. So if you want to give a particular good, means if you want to extract the file name from this path, suppose you are having this
Mm.
current file and you want to extract it, you have a code that I'm saying you. Suppose I just want to take the current file name, current file dot name dot toString dot replace, because it is going to take PDF, because the extension is PDF, right? So I just want
Mm-hmm.
to take the file name and replace it. So what we're going to do is dot PDF and empty space. Something error has happened. Okay, we can give another variable. Okay, so the error has gone. Okay, so this file name has been replaced with this. So here, instead of this current index dot to string, you can also give this variable as file name. Okay, so let us see how it is working. Okay, another right line. I'll explain you. Are you getting confused with this? You don't have to, means I will explain. When we understand string manipulation, we are using different function
Mm-hmm.
while how to replace first three letters, first three alphabets, then how to
Mm-hmm.
replace with comma, with semicolon, how to replace with just we are replacing dot PDF with dot txt.
Okay.
So here, if you want to check any of the file immediately, you are having an immediate window. So immediate window is
Mm-hmm.
something, suppose I just want to check my file name.
Mm-hmm.
See, invoice one. So invoice one dot PDF, it was there before. Now it is just
Mm-hmm.
taking the file name only. So it is now,
Mm-hmm.
it is just invoice one. So if just, and here I have used a string concatenation. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
when I am giving us file name dot txt, that means it is giving invoice one dot txt. So where it
Mm-hmm.
is going to save? So it is going to save in the same folder itself. So let us jump to that folder. Just a minute. Oh, yes. Before giving that, we should give a file path. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What I missed is here I have given file name.txt. But what about the file path? So
So
already
we have to
we,
give the file path also.
yes. Or else how the bot is going to know where where it is going to save. So let us run
Mm.
it now. Yes, okay. So if you can see here, invoice one, we are getting the text file.
Mm.
You saw, right? So it is really extracting very nicely, but it has
Mm-hmm.
missed something. What it has missed? The image. Some image is
Mm.
there, some signature would be there, something would be there. So it has missed. So there is an
Mm-hmm.
activity. Let us stop the bot. It will run, it will work. There is another activity apart from read PDF. If you see here, just type here PDF. We are having another activity as read PDF with OCR. So just
Mm-hmm.
replace this activity, just comment out, Control D.
Mm.
So just use read PDF with OCR. OCR is optical character recognition. You must be knowing it.
Yeah. Yeah, I know that.
So we are having different optical character recognition in our UI path. It might be TestDirect, it might be Microsoft, it can be Cloud UI path, it can be OmniPage. So always I would recommend you, Anish, to use OmniPage OCR. Okay. So
Okay.
normally OmniPage OCR will come with this package.
Mm-hmm.
When you install UiPath, it is all about machine learning. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
UiPath, OmniPage, try to install this package in your system.
Okay.
Oh shit, I need to click all packages. Yes. Try to install this uipath.omnipage.activities. We need to work
Okay.
for the next class. So your
Okay.
task is to try to install this.
Okay.
So this activity will give you OmniPage OCR. We are going to work from the next class itself. Whatever might be
Okay.
the complicated PDFs, it is going to work. Okay. So now,
Okay.
for now, we are using some other OCR. Let us use Microsoft OCR for now. Okay.
Mm.
So let us go to this properties pane. We are having this current file. So we need to give a text here, output. Okay. So we have already given us processed file as a text. So let us give the same variable itself. Microsoft OCR is having this thing. Okay. We are having scale, which ranges from 0 to 0, 1. Okay. You have to give the skills. You can
Mm.
increase the profile. So we have to do some research here what this OCR is
Mm.
having, what this properties is having. Okay. So for
Mm.
now, we
Mm.
don't have to do anything. Just keep this input as image. Okay. Now
Okay.
let's run this and let's see how the output is coming. It will nothing. It will just replace our that invoice.txt with this new extraction. So always it is better to delete your older file and to start. So we'll
Mm.
use that. Another two activities. I'll just tell you. Okay, let's see how the extraction has happened now. Okay, it is not showing us the extraction. Let's delete this. It's better to use Microsoft OCR instead of Microsoft OCR to use OmniPage OCR. It will work with the images very nicely for document understanding. So instead of Microsoft OCR, we can try with some other OCR like TestDirect OCR. Let us delete this. Let's try with TestDirect OCR and run this. The image won't come, like Microsoft OCR cannot able to capture the image properly. TestDirect even won't work, but OmniPage OCR will work. I will show you in my processes as well. I'll just
Mm.
show you a demo. Just a minute. Okay. Okay, it has created something. Some images have been captured, but not with that image that we are expecting.
I think
Okay.
no problem. I mean, the next time we'll do the Omni page, we will see it.
Yes, OmniPage OCR is having my inside my RD machine. I'll just show you an
Mm.
example.
Well, I will try myself. I mean, instead of
Yes,
using this one,
yes.
I mean, that I
Yeah,
will
yeah.
try Omni page.
Yes. If you can able to install that package and if you can able to try, then it would be better for us.
Hmm. I will do it. I will do it.
Okay, then. Fine then. So I'll stop the bot and I will tell you two more thing. Okay. While
Hmm.
we start
Hmm.
this, I just want to ask the bot if any file is present there, just delete it. So means
Hmm.
just there is an activity which tells us if some files are present or not. Okay. And
Hmm.
if it is file, then do this. If these files are not there, then do this. There should be an if else.
Hmm.
So always better practice to have a check if some files are present there, then delete it, then
Hmm.
start processing. Okay. So
Hmm.
we use an activity which I want you to research for the next class is file exist
Hmm.
activity. This one, this
Hmm.
activity. How we are going to use, what is the file location, save the result, showing you the property.
Hmm.
Okay, just
Hmm.
try to use an if else condition and just if that file is present in that location, delete it.
Okay.
Okay, so for deleting, we are having another activity. It is delete files. Okay, so this
Hmm.
activity you have to do some research. These two activities.
Okay.
Your task,
Okay.
I will send you an email with lot many tasks you
Yeah,
have.
that will be fine.
But
Send along with the recordings, and I mean that, so I will
yes,
remember. I mean that what task we have to do each
okay.
time.
Hmm. Correct. I will do that. But your task would be like you have to do a fantastic research in if the file is present, then delete that. add an if else
Mm-hmm.
condition, and do this thing. You don't have to delete all the
Okay.
file, you just have to delete all the previous downloaded extracted files and just start from
Okay.
fresh.
Okay.
Got my point?
Okay. I mean,
Okay.
whenever I mean that the program is run, it should delete the file. I mean, which is already existing. If there is no file existing, I mean that you can start the new process. And if there is a file, it will delete it and then we'll make a new one.
Meaning is, suppose I am reading this particular folder. It is
Mm-hmm.
fine that we have this invoice one, but I just want this process to run again. What if I have replaced
Mm-hmm.
this invoice one with any other file with the same name? So the replacement
Mm-hmm.
has to be done, right? So I just don't want to
Mm.
create any garbage value. Sometimes what happens
Yeah, I got it. I
if
got
we
it. I
are
mean that sometimes it's the data is copied, and I mean
yes,
that it's
extraction, correct. So sometimes that
so it should
clipboard
always be a new one.
always be new one. Suppose we are having
Okay.
some text file inside that folder with this naming
Mm-hmm.
convention or something, do some manipulation. Okay, we'll read the regex
Mm-hmm.
after that, but for now I
Mm-hmm.
just want to give you a simple task. If some file, text file are present inside the folder, just delete it and do these mini
Mm-hmm.
tasks, like just go there, read the PDF and do some extraction. Okay.
Okay. Got it. Got it. Got it.
Okay, so this.
So we'll have another class tomorrow or day
Yes,
after.
if you are comfortable to have the class tomorrow, then we'll have that. If you are
Mm-hmm.
telling that you need some time to practice all this thing, then we can
Yeah,
have
I think
for at least
I would
45
need some
minutes.
time because yeah,
Okay,
I would prefer. I mean that
okay.
I will let you know if I complete it, if I get some time, and otherwise we will do it day after tomorrow.
Yeah, yeah, sure. It's
Uh,
better to do
so
every
tomorrow is
day, but
Wednesday, right? So on Thursday I have to go somewhere. So maybe we can do tomorrow. I think maybe tomorrow I'm if even
tomorrow,
I'm not able to do it. Tomorrow is
okay.
okay for you?
I have a data analytics team that I need to,
Tomorrow?
I have
Yeah, day
working in a
after tomorrow
project.
I have to go to somewhere